Hey everybody, come on in. I hope y'all can hear me tonight. A few of y'all have still been saying that you cannot hear me. I don't know what the problem is, but I'm still trying. I'm still trying to work it out so you can hear me as I'm speaking, as I'm telling y'all my recipes, and as I'm cooking and sharing the word and sharing words of inspiration and just everything. I apologize uh, to those who haven't been able to hear me. Barely, some of y'all said, and a couple of y'all said you couldn't hear me at all. I do apologize. So anyway, we're going to keep the train moving. As you can see, I've got some food laid out here. I've got sweet potatoes, cabbage, and onions. And I have some swai fish I'm going to pan fry tonight. And I've got a cup of some butter, brown sugar, vanilla flavor, and a little bit of nutmeg and cinnamon that I'm going to pour over these sweet potatoes, because I'm going to put them in the oven for about 45 minutes, and we're just going to have some baked roasted veggies. I'm going to season that cabbage and onion up with a different season. So what I'll go ahead and do right now, I'm going to use on the cabbage and onions, I'm going to use about a tablespoon of complete seasoning. Just going to sprinkle it right on top there, like so. Well, really, let me do this first. Let me go ahead, because I'm going to use olive oil for my oil on these cabbage. So I'm going to go ahead and probably a total of a couple tablespoons of olive oil. Just make sure we get them doused up real good, so as they roast, they'll have enough. Just see, it's not that much. So I'm going to get them sprinkled up really, really, really good with olive oil, okay? Now, put a little bit more on that one on the side. Then I'm going to sprinkle them. Now I'm going to sprinkle them with about a tablespoon of complete seasoning. You know, cabbage has a very strong flavor, and it's a water vegetable. Then I'm going to sprinkle them, of course, you know, I got to put some garlic powder. Ooh, I don't have my little shaker daker thing on that one. I'm going to have to, okay, let's go do a little bit of black pepper, about a half a teaspoon of black pepper on them. Y'all know I gotta get my curry, my turmeric powder on them. A little bit of turmeric, just enough to make them taste good, y'all. And that way you don't have to put a lot of salt, you know, to get that flavor that you want from cabbage. Okay, and you know this is gonna be good because it's roasted cabbage. Let me see if I can sprinkle about a good teaspoon of garlic powder, so that they're good and tasty, y'all. Okay, now have that done, that done, and I'm going to put just a sprinkle or two of lemon pepper, just a little bit, because I'm going to put lemon pepper. Is really going to go on my fish. But you know, cabbage always tastes good with either a little bit of vinegar or a little bit of lemon, so just a little bit of lemon pepper. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and douse my potatoes here with my brown sugar. This is a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, a 1/4 of a stick of butter, an 1/8 of a teaspoon of nutmeg, and a half a teaspoon of vanilla flavor, and a half a teaspoon of cinnamon. And this is just to give those potatoes a little bit of oomph. It's going to be real good. And you know, of course, some of that sweetness is going to run over into the cabbage, and it's going to be all right, y'all. Promise, 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 promise. Just put all of that. This is about a half a cup of liquid all together. Once I melted down the brown sugar. Can't use them. I'm not using my words too well tonight, y'all. Let me get that potato right over there and that. Okay, so here we go. Now this will probably bake more or less about 45 minutes. It should be done, start to finish. Now, one of the things that I'm going to do, because I'm using some of my seasoning from my dear friend Fatima, this is fish and chip spices, so I'm going to put some of that on my fish, and I'm also, because of the flavor, this is such a good seasoning. I'm just gonna sprinkle just a little bit of, it's just such a great mixture. Y'all know me, I like to try stuff and mix it up. Put a little bit on these cabbage. That'll just enhance that flavor a little bit more, okay? And now I'm getting ready to put them in my oven is at 400 degrees, and we're gonna do it for about 45 minutes, y'all. Okay. This is probably about a couple teaspoons, not that much, okay? So, spread. I'm just gonna use my hands. Spread it out. My hands are clean enough for my family anyway. Maybe, you know, I don't know what y'all got going on, but they're clean enough. That seasoning is so wonderful. Oh, that seasoning, that's called fish and chips seasoning. Okay, Gigi is getting some food in the oven. Let me get my food in the oven. So I'm gonna get this in that 450 degree oven for 45 minutes, and this should be ready. Yeah, can I finish this? Can I get the food in the oven first? Okay, let me get the food in the oven first. He just got his little cartoon show. Okay, here we go. In the oven, top rack, 45 minutes. Veggie's gone. Okay, we gotta clean my stove off here. Now, what I'm gonna go ahead and do, I don't have to cook my fish right now, but I am gonna go ahead and put the seasonings on it. I just got it on this little plate here, and I'm just gonna sprinkle it up really good since this is fish. This is a fish and chips seasoning is what it says, and it is really good, y'all. You can put this on everything. I believe I can. For the way I season stuff, I can put it on everything. Okay, all this is sanitized and clean for you. Those of you who worried about, well, how can she do that on the stove? Because my stove is a glass top stove. I keep it sanitized because I have such small, limited space here in the kitchen. I just use it right on top of the stove top. This right here is lemon pepper seasoning. Put my lemon pepper seasoning on there, and I'll sprinkle it with a little bit of complete seasoning, because you know this fish is really good. You don't need a lot of seasoning on it, but you need enough that it enhances that flavor. It's very it's kind of coarse, and this is garlic powder, y'all. So we're gonna sprinkle that garlic powder on there, and that fish is ready. I'll do the other side as well, but I just want to let y'all know what seasonings I'm using for that fish. So this is gonna be our dinner tonight. Quick, easy. I'm telling you. I'm back. It's time to get this fish going. Nariq and I having a discussion about cooking good food. So he said he wants to learn. What, darling?
That's amazing with my mom.
Okay. So I've got real.
It's barbarian.
Right. We got 3 pieces of this swai fish. I'm going to put it in like this where I've already put on the seasoning. I'll get seasoned on the other side. We're going to cook this about 3 minutes, about 4 minutes on each side, because these are pretty thick. Okay. Got my big skillet out, y'all, so I can get all 3 of them in there. Medium-high heat. And I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle this other side here. Whew, not with that much. Y'all didn't remind me that didn't have the sprinkler. We'll spread it out on here. There we go. Y'all sauce. Okay. So now we're going to put some complete seasoning, a little bit. This kind of fish does not take a lot of seasoning, but you have to have some on there to enhance that flavor. Some of that lemon pepper seasoning on there. Coming out slowly but surely. And of course, y'all know I'm going to put some turmeric on there. And I've got my fish and chips seasoning that I'm going to put in. You all probably don't have this fish and chip seasoning. But you know, any kind of seasoning that you got in your cabinet that you love the flavor of works well on this fish, so don't even worry about it. You may not have the same seasonings that I have, but if you do happen to have that Complete seasoning is really, really good to put on there. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of my fish and chips seasoning on. And I believe my veggies are about ready to come out of the oven.
I said, and the food.
And the food, darling. And the food, darling. I tell Norrique, this week he's more talkative than ever. I mean, Callie always talks a lot. But honey, Callie is gone back home, so honey, I think he's taking Callie's place this week. Callie be back soon, won't she? Okay, yeah, I believe I'm smelling my veggies. I think they're ready to come on out of the oven. Oh yeah, I'm gonna let them sit in there, and just rest a little while. How about that? And like I said, this fish is gonna cook. I'm gonna cook it about 3 or 4 minutes on each side, and I think it'll be done nice and tender and flaky and seasoned. Okay. Oh, by the way, I put about a 1/4 cup of olive oil. I always use either olive oil, margarine, or butter, or something like that. But this time I used olive oil. So we're gonna just let those go ahead and just cook there. And at the appointed time, we'll flip them over and then we'll take them out. Okay, y'all, it's time to turn the fish. I've already turned a couple of them, so this is the last one. We're going to turn, just get under to make sure you get all the way under there like that, because these are big pieces. You just flip it. Medium low heat is how I'm frying this. So this is going to stay in there for 3 or 4 minutes on this side. And once it gets done on this side, we're done. And I'll bring the veggies out and we can plate some of this food. Okay, y'all. I was going to say, yoo-hoo. Okay, y'all. The food is ready. I'm ready to plate it. Put it on the table. Sit down and enjoy it. It's going to take... Look at that fish. It's cooked to perfection. The veggies as well. These are the cabbage, of course. And as I told you, I cut these in quarters. And my sweet potatoes, you see, I just cut them like so. You know, fish and sweet potatoes are wonderful together. So this is about as much as I'm going to eat, y'all. Now, isn't that just beautiful? That's just wonderfully beautiful. A great plate of food. So I'm going to sit back, relax, and enjoy this food. I got me some salsa on this side. And I just put vinegar. I love to put vinegar on just about everything I eat. So that's what's in that little cup. A little bit of vinegar to pour over that fish. And of course, I love tartar sauce. This is Food Line brand tartar sauce. I always eat tartar sauce as well. I'm just a sauce person. I'm just going to give me a little. That's about as much as I'm supposed to have. So there we go, y'all. So here it is, y'all. I've got some pan-fried swai fish, fried in olive oil and seasoned with lemon pepper seasoning. Hang on one sec. Okay, y'all, everything is out of the oven. I've already gone ahead and started helping my plate. I've got those beautiful oven roasted cabbage with onions, sweet potatoes with the brown sugar and butter, and of course that pan-fried swai fish with let's turn around so you can see it. I've already put me some tartar sauce there on top of that fish because I love tartar sauce. And I season that fish, of course, with lemon pepper, complete seasoning, pepper, and my fish and chip seasoning. So I am getting ready to sit back, relax, and enjoy this meal. Kareem will come in. He'll be a little happy camper when he gets this nice, healthy meal. All this is perfectly healthy. Oven baked, pan fried. If you want to leave this, you know, the seasoning, of course, does not have a lot of salt in it. If you want to leave the seasoning off that doesn't have any salt, everything, the main thing is just to get the oil on it, sprinkle it with whatever seasoning, and get it run through the oven. Goodness, I can't have talk tonight. I sound nasal. But anywho, it's very easy to fix, as you can see. And of course, I always garnish. I love salsa, I love tartar sauce, and I love that vinegar. That Bragg's vinegar is wonderful. I eat it on everything. So this is a real simple meal. It takes about 15 minutes to prep. get it into the oven, but because you have to bake those veggies about good 45 minutes, the whole meal probably takes a good hour to get it from the fridge to the table. So listen, guys, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for continuing to pray without ceasing and standing in the gap, and of course encouraging me and sending me those beautiful, wonderful messages. I love you guys. I thank y'all. And as y'all can see, my subscriber numbers are going up. I went over 30,000 last week. I'm about a couple hundred away now from being 35,000. So the numbers are rolling in. Thank you y'all for subscribing, for listening, for looking, for giving me feedback, and for praying without ceasing for all the things that we face in this world today. So listen, guys, thanks again. Love you guys. And until I decide to cook again, keep those prayers going up now so the blessings will continue to come down. Love you. Toodaloo.